I don't know what this is gonna give. And I totally confuse people with my Zoom ID. Oh my God, this is not our day. Okay. Hold on so I can see you all. Okay, so I have the chat on my computer. So if you guys have any questions, we're here. We're gonna get started. We're so excited to be here tonight because what we love best is social media, and we're very used to using social media with our other businesses. We have 2 other businesses, online businesses, and we've been using social media for like 3 years now to market our businesses. So we have a big content Zoom tonight. So this is why we're gonna be like, if you see us like reading a little bit more and stuff, it's because it's not gonna be like this type of Zoom where we're only like telling stories and how, you know, we do things very naturally. We're going to share like very important content with you guys because we're often told to do things in the business like on Facebook, on Instagram and everything, and we don't know exactly why. And once you know why, you're gonna understand very much better like why you have it to do that way, to make sure like people are seeing your posts, people are messaging you, and people are interested in what you do. So the plan of this Zoom, please mute yourself if you're getting on. Thank you. Thanks, Carissa. It works hat. I love it. So we are going to be going through 3 things, okay? How to break the social media code, which is like how to get people to get very engaged with you and how to get interesting on social media, because the only way you can build a very successful social media business is for you to be super passionate and interesting, because nobody wants boring. So nobody is going to follow someone who is not inspiring. Pedro is going to be talking about, we're seeing like, Pedro is going to be talking about mental triggers. You guys, psychology and what happens in the head of people is everything in business and life. So they message you because of some reason, because of something they saw, because of something you wrote. So he's gonna go like over this, and then I'm gonna touch on Facebook algorithm, like latest updates that they had, and like one thing about Instagram, because I really wanted us to focus on Facebook today because there's so many things to talk about. So let's get started, because I don't want this Zoom to be like 2 hours long and we have a lot of things to say. Let me just verify I'm recording. Yay. Okay, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat as I'm seeing it. So first thing first, I think you guys know that, but I'm just going to say it again. There are 2.5 billion of people on social media, and 1.7 billion of those are on Facebook only. So there's a lot of people on Facebook. And what I'm going to be talking about here, the ultimate goal is to build relationships. Silent on your end. Can other people hear me? Yes. Summer, maybe try to like get your volume up everywhere on your computer and on Zoom also, or maybe like get out of, I'm saying all of this, but she's not hearing me. Okay. Carissa, can you just like type real quick to her to get out of the Zoom and try to log again and check her volumes everywhere? Thank you. Okay, so your ultimate goal is always going to be building relationships. And Eric Ward talks a lot about this. If you are not building relationships, you can be successful, but the thing is, you're not going to have any retention. You're not going to have long-term success. People are going to join you quick, and people are going to purchase products quickly, but they're also going to quit the business very quickly and quit buying from you very quickly if there is no relationship. So all those tips that we're going to give you is always about the building the relationship. Come on, guys. Come on. Hold on. Let me just mute.
Okay, let me put this stuff up. Okay.
Mama, what is Mama?
Sorry, guys. I'm just
No,
trying to
baby.
mute.
It's gone.
Okay.
They're put up.
No,
They're put up.
just me.
They're put up.
Okay. Hey. Okay, so yeah, you want to have a lot of retention, and if people don't have a relationship with you, they're going to join you quick, but they're going to leave quick. And I really wanted to share this in transparency because we hear about it, like build relationships and interact with people and everything. And I remember at some point in the business, I would focus all my time on growing my network and messaging people and being very active on the phone with people, but I wouldn't maintain those relationships. Like I wouldn't make this my most important point. And this is true. People would buy from me very quickly. Like they would talk to me in the morning and in the evening they had purchased. They would join me very quickly in the business, but they would quit very quickly too because the relationship was not something that had been focused on since the beginning. So tip number one, a lot of this is based on Eric Wurr. He's like a genius for network marketing. If you guys don't know him, identify all your passions. You really need to like take a notebook, and your business cannot be your passion. It's not true. You can be passionate about your business, but your business cannot be your only and most predominant passion on your social media because this bores people. And you don't have only your business as a passion. So you need to really like sit down and write down, what is it? Is it shoes? Is it traveling? Is it cooking, parenting? Like you need to know exactly what your passions are, because you need to start posting about those passions and sharing about it and joining groups of those people. And as soon as you bring content in those groups, people are going to like start liking your things, and then they're going to be starting to add you and everything. And the really important thing too is, I'm going to talk about it more in the algorithm, but the more people, like if you have that girl named Sarah, and she is like, Sarah loves all your fashion posts or anything, and she likes all your posts because she is someone who likes fashion too, then she's going to be seeing much more posts of yours. Okay, so if you grow your network with people that don't have similar interests, those people are like ghosts on your Facebook. So they're not liking your stuff because Facebook is not showing that stuff to them, because Facebook knows if you like cooking, if you like fashion, if you're always talking about makeup and stuff. Facebook knows that. Facebook is like a brain. It has a lot of signals. And if you have those people that are not interested in the same thing, Facebook is not showing your post to them. And since they're not seeing them, they're not liking them. So they're not seeing any of your other posts. So it's super, super important to be very selective of where you're adding people from. So basically, summary of that, you need to know what defines you. You need to write that down, and you need to be posting around that all the time. Tip number 3, I love how Eric says, friends first, business second. And we always say that, like, don't throw your pitch like as soon as you're talking to someone, or if you meet an old friend in the shopping mall, you're not gonna be like, hey, do you want to buy some greens and have you a discount, blah blah. And he really like, and this is so true, like, isn't it true that when somebody likes your post on Facebook, you're like, oh, I like that girl, she's liking my post. And then when that person is commenting on your post, then it's even better. You're like, wow, and that connection, like sometimes it's subconscious, we're not even aware of it, but you're just like loving the person because she's commenting on your stuff. So if people like, you're liking them a little bit more, and if they're commenting or reacting to your post, you really like them a lot. And the same thing goes for you. This is why I say I would underestimate my interactions with people, but you're gonna notice as soon as you're gonna start liking, and I don't want you guys to like that blue thumbs up. It doesn't serve for anything anymore. You just don't click that. If you take like 3 seconds to like something, you need to at least react. So, or you're saying like, whoa, or you're saying the hearts and like, I adore this or whatever. You need to put those emotions when you're reacting to a post. So don't don't ever do this. Just react or comment. And when people are going to see you liking and commenting, like, they automatically love you. And this is a huge important thing for your business. So friends first, business second. I'm speaking a bit fast because I really want us to cover everything. Hi, people that are joining us. Okay, be yourself. You like, there's like there are two extremes. There's like the one that you're showing everybody how negative you are on that day. You're depressed, you're stuck in traffic because you're saying your boss is a jerk or your husband is so annoying, all those posts that we see sometimes. Like, nobody wants to know that. And this is true. And it's not that you're not like living those emotions, but people are not attracted to that. Like Eric was talking so much about people these days and people on social media, they're looking for bright, shiny, different. They're looking for like, just be a little bit more positive than the average person. Be a little bit more fearless than the average person. Do crazy things. Post about like super optimistic. Be more optimist than people. Encourage people to like still have hope in the world. Like, people are looking for bold, shiny, bright people. So you have those two extremes, and he was saying like it's so important to be like in the middle, like being raw, being authentic. And this is all based on a lot of studies that were done with top income earners in a bunch of companies. They all do the same. They're all very raw, very authentic. They're themselves, but they're also very shiny, they're bright, they're positive. And of course you can share that for like on that day you're not good, and people love, like I know Sarah Heineman on our team. She's so good, and I love her post so much because she often shares about like the truth of being a mother and a father. Like, you don't only have those perfect days, and you can have like a big hot mess going on in your house, and people really relate to that. So this is super fine, and I love like being raw about life and events and transitions and everything. But just the daily rant about every single thing that happens in your day, like, to say the truth, people don't want to see this. So if you really like, you're saying, I want to like blow my business and I want my page to be like 100% attracting people, this is something you're going to want to take into consideration. And be like always the best version of yourself, your best picture as a profile picture, the best description you can put of you in your Facebook, like everything, do it like the best way you can do it. And if you're wanting to post like something negative or something very controversial or anything, like, just a good tip is to think like, what is this going to bring me and what is this going to cost me? Like, are the benefits more important than the risk of like putting that post out there? Like, sometimes I want to post something and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to journal that thing. Like, I have a journal that you can like just put your thoughts down, and it's going to do you the same good than putting it out on Facebook, but you're not going to be like making your page negative or something. Okay, this tip, let me have a sip of green. Thanks so much, Carissa, for being the virtual assistant. Okay, tip number 5, manage your time on social media. I want you guys tonight to like really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, like, go into your settings, check your battery, check how many hours a day you're spending on social media. And hold on, just gonna mute. Okay, sorry if you see me muting you guys. If you have any questions after, you're gonna be able to unmute yourself. So yeah, you really want to ask yourself, am I spending more of my time interacting with people that are already distributors, or am I spending most of my time building relationship with prospects? Okay, so growing my network and messaging people and building relationships. And you guys, like, be honest with yourself. Every time I do this, I'm like, oh my God, I spend like 3 hours of my day scrolling for nothing, actually, and then another 2 hours for my business. And this is like such a time loss. Okay, so you really need to like be focusing and be honest with yourself to know, what are you doing in all those hours that you're spending on your social media? Eric says all the time, you can be building like a big empire on social media with very few hours, but very focused. And I swear, sometimes I would tell Pedro, I'm like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm always on my phone, and I don't want to be always on my phone with the kids, and this is not, like, I don't like this. I'm better now, but I mean, like, I'm talking more about last year. And then he's like, but what are you doing on your phone? Are you like really, really working? And when I sat down and I'm like, wait, stop lying to yourself, analyze what you're doing. I was just scrolling and seeing more people being boss babes and enrolling and being active than myself doing it. And that was a big wake up call. So if this business feels overwhelming for you, if you feel that you're always on your phone, if you're like tired of this, you're probably not doing it the right way. And you could be like on your phone literally 1 to 2 hours a day, and you could be enrolling people every day. You don't need to be like 6 hours a day on your phone. So it's, you need to like analyze. And there's a phrase that I love. They say, plan, go, review. And they say that like that the person that does that, you're like, nobody can beat you, because you're planning what you're gonna do, you're doing it, plan, do, and you're reviewing it. So you're just like sitting at the end of the week and saying, okay, how did I work this week? What were my results? Am I proud of this? Or did I like not complete my steps to success for like 2 months? You know, so as soon as you're reviewing, you're like making a commitment to change this and change what you're doing, because if it's not working, you need to change it. And be very like, be social on purpose. Okay, so you have to like write down, how many people will I be attracting today? How many people will go from friends to potentials, and from potentials to LCs or DTs? And this in our vocabulary is like, how many people are going to go from friends to potentials? If you message 100 people in a day, at least 10 are going to ask you what you're doing. Those became potentials. Almost all of those 10 became potentials. So you can say, if I want to attract 10 people to my potential list today, I'm going to be messaging 100, but like really set this number so your effort is very, very focused. Okay, tip number 6. You have to create curiosity. If you say all the time that, yeah, you're going to talk about that, right? Yeah. If you say like, don't tell people you work for It Works. Don't tell them everything in one post. You need to really get them curious. Something like, I love the fact that I get to work from home and that I found a business opportunity that works for my crazy schedule. Or I love the fact that I get to help other people become entrepreneurs. Here's Sarah, who was tired of struggling and now she is starting her business and blah, blah, blah. Stop. You don't say anything else. I love the fact that I can drive my kids to school while others are in traffic going to the job they often don't love. Stop. You don't say anything else. I swear, like, people are going to say, how? What are you doing? And it's just, you don't reply in the thread. You need to maintain that curiosity momentum, and you need to get inbox with those people. I made a post yesterday, I think it was yesterday, saying now hiring, totally legit, like blah, blah. Nobody knows that it's just work. Nobody knows like nothing about what I do. I think there's like at least 6-7 people who required information, and like, you don't say anything on the thread. You need, because if you reply to one person, then other people that are going to be intrigued by your post, they're going to read the comments, and then they're going to see the answer, and maybe you didn't have time to like create the relationship you wanted to, or you don't have time to really explain in a good way to them and in a genuine way. And like, for me, I vocal message a lot. So if I reply to someone says how, and I say, oh, I do It Works, for sure, like, they're not going to contact me ASAP to like do what I do, because I didn't have a chance to tell them what is it that I do. So they're just like following what they know about network marketing. So maintain curiosity. Big tip for us. And that's it, you guys. I'm going to pass it to Pedro. So Pedro is going to go with mental triggers. Pedro is a Facebook ads expert, by the way, so he knows this a lot. Okay, here you go.
Hey, hello, guys. So I want to talk to you guys about mental triggers. Actually, there are a lot of mental triggers over there, but today we're going to focus on 7 principles you can use for It Works. And why it's very important is important because all human behaviors are driven by mental triggers, are driven by the need to avoid pain, or they're looking for pleasure. So pain, avoid pain, and pleasure. So before you use like all kind of mental triggers, you gotta know what's the pain of your audience. So if you guys are talking about mothers, talk about people who wants to keep their job, so you gotta know what is the pain of this person, of these people, the people you're talking to. So the first mental trigger, Jen talked a little bit about, is curiosity. So when there is a gap between what we know and what we want to know, so we take action to know more about it. So as Jenna said, people want to, they know Jen is hurrying, but she doesn't. They don't know what she's doing. So they want to ask. They need to ask what is it, because they want to answer the question. So what is very interesting about curiosity is because not only it works in the people brain to fill the gap, but at the same time, when we get the answer about this question, when we fill this gap, there is a pleasure area in the brain that is activated too. So there's pleasure when you know something that you're curious about. So how you can use this for it to work for your posts? So when you use, oh my God, did you see these results? And you have like a post, probably you guys have seen it. You have a post, say, oh my God, did you see the results? And you have like a hand showing to the comments. So people are curious about, they're gonna look at their comments. So if you just put a post, look these amazing results with the wraps, and look at the comments, people won't look at it. But when you take like this kind of phrase and say, oh my God, look at these results, and you in the comments, people go look at it. You can use the words, you won't believe this, and then you put your post. So people want to know about it. You can say, did you know it? And then you have a post to talk about something. The second mental trigger is scarcity. When there is something that's limited. For example, for it to work, you can see people using a lot. I have 10 spots for new customers that can have my 40% discount. So you have these 10 people. People gonna hurry up to get the spot. So this is very powerful too. Just be careful when you guys use this kind of mental trigger, because, for example, if it's the beginning of the month, you guys say I have 10 spots on to have my 40% discount, and then after like 20 days you say again I have 10 spots for new LCs. Then people won't believe you, or they're gonna think you're just lying and it's not true what you say. You can make it even stronger. For example, guys use I have 10 spots for new people to have my 40% for hair, skin, nails. And after like 15 days, you said, oh my God, the 10 spots I had, I just have like 3 left, hurry up. So you put more pressure on people, and it's gonna activate more their brains, so they're gonna come to get these spots. So scarcity. The third one is social proof. So this one is very, very powerful. So it's to show results. So we are social creators. So human beings want to see what people are doing. So we're gonna define our action, what we should do next, depend on what people are doing. So for this, show results. So show pictures about people who had great results with cleanse, wraps, all this stuff. Jen do a lot of screenshots when you have a customer said, oh my God, I just finished my cleanse, I lost 5 pounds, it's amazing, whatever. And then you screenshot and you post that. So this social proof that gonna make people like jump in and use your product and become a loyal customer, or same thing for distributor. For distributor, you can use the fact, for example, if someone gets in your team, and you can post, oh my God, I'm so excited for Jessica. She started her new business. She wants to quit her job. I'm going to coach her and everything. So show people that people are joining your team and people are having great results with the products. So share successful stories. The fourth one is authority. As social proof is more like, oh my God, I see these people that are like me, that are having great results. Authority is more like showing people that it works a real business. You can use like doctors who talk about it works. You can use the fact that it work was mentioned by Ford's magazine. So you know that if you guys don't know, just go look for it. It work was mentioned on Ford magazine, I think about like 2 or 3 times. So go gather information, post about it, that it works. Gonna be a billionaire company in 2018. So post about that. People gonna see, because sometimes people wanna join your the business, but then I'm not sure if the business is good enough. It's serious business. So post these kind of things that go out of It Works, just Ford magazine, the numbers about It Works, all that stuff that show people that's a real business, a very good company. The next one is liking. So when people like you, they're gonna take action more easily. So for example, if you for example like something that a person that you follow, and this person like sell a product or ask you to do something, you are more likely to take action because you like this person. So same thing for It Works. Tell your story. So you're gonna see Claire, a lot of people, a lot of leaders tell their story a lot, because people want to know about you, and when they know about you, they're gonna like you. So when they like you, they're gonna, for example, if they want to join the business, they're gonna join the business much easier because you're a nice person. You're always like their posts, comment all the stuff, so they're gonna jump, take your product, or join your business much easier. The 2 last mental triggers, more like when you have new products or have new information for the company. So it's novelty, and the last one's anticipation. So human beings like love to know new things. So that's why there's news. That's why a lot of magazines that talk about people's life, or what happened and here and there. So talk about the new things that are about to come. So you have a new product come, so talk a lot about new product. Talk about things that are happening in your life. So you are doing a new thing, so talk about it. People want to know more what's going on in your life. And same thing, you can use the words "I just find out that I'm doing this," or "the company is making this," or "the reward plan is that." So make sure you're just use like novelty, new things about the business, about your life. Anticipation is very important. You guys saw what It Works did with the keto coffee. There was a lot of anticipation in the launch of the business. So it's the same thing about like Apple. Apple, when they have a new product, like there's a big lineup, people waiting to buy the product because they build a big like anticipation before the launch. So use the same thing. You have the product, a new product that It Works gonna launch. Use a lot of anticipation. Talk about a lot of the product. Give some hints, but don't say everything. Same thing about your life. So you're making some posts. For example, you are just like booking a trip that you've been dreaming of for about like 10 years. You just say like, "Oh my God, I'm booking a trip that has been, or I'm doing something that has been on my dream board for 10 years. I'm so excited to share with you guys that I'm gonna post about it like tomorrow." So just create some anticipation so people follow you. They're gonna interact more. They're gonna follow your page. At the same time, go with the algorithm. The more they follow you, they like you, the more they're gonna see your posts. So these are the 3. Just to remind you guys, so it was
Yeah, you can say it again because some people were asking.
yeah. So the first one's curiosity. So make sure like you post a lot of things that gonna make people be curious. Use like, "Oh my God, did you see these results?" And you put on the comments. You won't believe this. The second one is scarcity. So when you use, "I have on 10 spot, I have on 3 spot left." Make sure when you use those ones, you don't overuse it or use the same thing again. The 31 social proof. So the more you can show people results about products and results about like success stories in the business, this is amazing, very powerful. The other one is authority. So when you can use information about the business, like numbers from other organization or Forbes magazine about it works, use it. 51 is liking. So make people like you. When they like you, they're gonna take action much easier. So number 6 was novelty. Talk about new things in the business and your life. And the last one was anticipation, though. So build anticipation when you're gonna have a new product or a new thing in your life. So make sure you don't just post about it like right away. Just build some anticipation, and people are gonna be more engaged with your post and your story. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So let me know if you have any question about it.
Thank you. Yeah, totally. I know this is like a lot of information and very theoric information. So maybe you're like, oh, what was that? But just like you can, while I do the Facebook algorithm last part, you can put any questions in the comments and he can answer these. Okay, so I wanted to touch on the Facebook algorithm because if you guys don't know, Facebook changes like all the time, and we really need to work smart on Facebook because we can be like working a certain way that is not bringing results anymore, and we like don't know why. It's perfect. I need theory. Nice. Okay, so those updates are more from since August to more recent. So I'm not talking about like last year. I'm very like focusing on the last months. And those are based on a lot of studies, like 14 studies that were made about Facebook algorithm. Maybe you're going to know some of those things, but I know some people on here are quite new. So I want to really like go from the start. The things that Facebook loves a lot, you know, your ultimate goal is for people to see what you're posting, and there's a lot of small things that you have to do to make sure that a lot of people are seeing your posts, because in average a post on your personal page is shown to only 7% of your audience, like 7% of all your friends. This is nothing. So you need to like find ways for Facebook to show your posts more. Those ways are using the Facebook features. So do you have your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. Like Facebook is a social platform. They want us to use, like, if you don't do anything on Facebook but you just post about your business, it's not gonna work, okay? Because Facebook want you, it's wanting to be like a shopping mall but virtually. He wants to see that we're using it to interact, to talk to people, to communicate. If you're not doing that, you're not sending good signals. So stories, okay? Facebook has those stories now. Use stories. It is showing these a lot to people. Facebook lives are announced to much more people than a single post with like a picture. So Facebook lives, I wouldn't go live every day though. I love to go live like once a week. I need to go live one of these days actually. Once a week I think is very cool. It gets like time for people to like, for the views to go up during the day, so you don't need to like go live 10 times a day, because people want to hop on your live if it's interesting. It's not worth it to like just go live if you don't have anything to say. Other than that, you know, those colored, everything that Facebook puts on here, if you can use it in a post, he's gonna show it to much more people. So for example, this is like a good idea of an ideal post. Okay, you're gonna post a picture of you with a product, your face is in the picture. If you don't have face pictures on your feed, people are very less likely to look at it. Like they're just gonna scroll past through it, especially products. Like it's okay to post them, but I think like the more we can with a picture of our face, it is proven, scientifically proven, that when a face is in the picture, the people like they stop scrolling and they read what's written. So for example, I'm posting myself with my shaker drinking greens. I'm going to use Facebook features and the feeling, like that yellow one here, the feeling activity. I'm going to be writing drinking greens or feeling good. And then you tag people if you have to tag people, and you can use that background color. Oh, you have the new ones.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I don't have these yet. You know, when you're just writing like looking for 3 models for hair, skin, and nails. Use those colors. If you use these, Facebook is showing your post to more people. This is so important, you guys. Like, you don't want only 7% of people seeing your post, because man, like, sometimes we spend a lot of time writing a post, so you want it to go very far. Okay, so use everything that Facebook is giving you. Use it. It's going to have much more weight than someone who just posts a picture product and no emotion linked and nothing. Okay, so that's it for the posting, like the way of posting. Now the big question is always, how many times a day should I post? Okay, so in the last Instagram training that we had, Katie was saying that Instagram was down to once a day. I didn't try this one yet, okay, but I really want to try it, because we have really noticed that we're seeing posts on Instagram on our feed. We're seeing posts from people that are like old from 4 days, okay? So I believe that it's worth a try. But what it is saying right now is that to have the more engagement and for people to see more your posts, you could be posting 1 to 2 times max on Instagram. So Carissa tried it, and once a day, it's so much more interaction. Yeah, I truly believe it. I'm not posting like 4 times a day. I'm more like at 2 times a day on Instagram. It's like the max, but I really want to try once a day. The thing they're saying about Instagram too is about the consistency. They're saying that if you're getting your people used to you posting, for example, 3 times a day, you post at 7 a.m., you post at noon, and you post after dinner. If you stop doing that, like from one day to another, you're not doing that anymore, you're like posting at super different hours, you're going to lose followers and you're going to lose people, because they're used to the way you're posting. And on Instagram, this counts more than on Facebook, like the consistency and the frequency of your posts. On Facebook, okay, so posting, they're all saying now 1 to 2 times on Facebook. But of course, I really this is more of a discussion. I really want you guys to use what is working for you, okay? If posting 4 times a day for you is working wonders, awesome. Keep doing this. But right now, they're saying that people who post massive amounts of public posts daily, their posts won't be appearing in news feeds anymore. So they're talking about 1 to 2 times a day, but like play with it. For me, I used to post like 5 times a day, and I had so much less interaction than now. I'm posting like max 3 times a day. And I'm getting so much more interaction. Even on the days that I'm gonna post like twice a day, I'm getting a lot more, like I get a lot of likes on those posts compared to like when I would post more. And what they were talking about, and it's super interesting, is that if you just posted a post of you and your kids talking about the business in the morning, yes, I've been at 2, 3 or 3, 4 on Facebook, and I've had way more interaction consistently. Nice. It's nice to see like everybody's experience with it. So yeah, they're saying that because yeah, if you're posting, like if I post a picture of me in the morning telling all about my story, how we're struggling, how, this good post, like saying that we went to the grocery store with $50 at some point and everything, which is our real story. But this post is slowly attracting people. And if 2 hours after I'm already posting something else, I completely tell Facebook, okay, you're done with this one, shift your focus on the new post. This is sending a signal to him. On the other hand, if I would just leave that post and not post something else like 2 hours after, this is sending positive signals to Facebook algorithm telling him there is something on this post, you need to focus on this post, and he is going to keep delivering the post to people. Because don't think that like your picture is instantly delivered to everybody. It is made throughout the hours, throughout the day, throughout the days. I have people that react to my posts like 2 days after. I'm like, what is going on? But Facebook is still delivering your post, and Facebook is still delivering your Facebook lives. But if you're posting like by all means, if it's working, like I'm so happy for you and keep doing it. But I'm talking for the average people that are struggling with like engagement. If you're posting something right after your posts, you're just like confusing Facebook and telling him to stop focusing on that one and to go focus on the other one. Facebook can't focus on all your posts at the same time. It's impossible. So he just listens to what you're telling him. And this can be saying, this post is more important than the other one. Please go deliver this one. But you wanted the other one to be delivered. So the type of posts like that attract people is when you're asking questions or fill the blank type of posts, or those posts saying, what if your husband texted you right now saying he wants a new baby, another baby? What would be your reaction? Then everybody comments. It's like a hot topic. So those kind of posts are amazing to attract people and to create engagement. Always remember, the more people like your posts, the more they're going to see your posts. So the more you're talking about your passions, Carissa talks a lot about hair, about fashion, about couple, marriage. The more people like her posts about this, the more people are going to like all her other posts, including her It Works posts. So don't forget your passions in here. The good times to be posting on the weekend can be pretty busy. They were saying like once a day on the weekend and twice a day during the week, because weekend, I think you're gonna notice, but for us, like our post on the weekend has always been less reactive than the week. People are more focused on like family and going out and enjoying the weekend, and then on the week people are more focused on their cell phones. So I tend to post less on the weekends, and it's creating the same engagement that if I was posting more. Posting around like noon and a little bit after 7 are very good posting times. So around noon, like noon, 1 p.m. and a little bit after 7 are very good posting schedules. I think I'm getting to the end. Just gonna let Pedro pass because baby is calling. That's it, you guys. I think, yeah, that's it. Do you have any questions? Like, I really wanted to cover schedules, what type of thing to post, what pictures attract people more, where to get your people when you're growing your network. I'm gonna wait a few seconds to see if you have any questions. Yay. Such a good feeling to fill notebooks. Like, there's so much for us to know. Okay, so I think if nobody has anything else, just always like keep in mind, I've learned this like very early in the business. Eric Ware would say it all the time. Like, I love Eric Ware. I think you can see it. Make a decision that you will master it. He was saying that when he became a distributor for a company, he made a decision that he would master it. And then he automatically started making videos about like GoPro and everything. He was already making videos and people were like, but you don't know anything about this yet. And he's like, no, but I'm knowing this. And he like, I'm committing to doing this and I'm making a decision, I'll master it. And this is so true. Like, if you commit to it, you're gonna master social media for your business. You're gonna master it. That's it. You're gonna learn it, and you just like have to make sure. This is why getting on trainings is so important, that you follow the trends, because posting twice on Facebook today might not be what you should do in 1 month. Yeah, Samantha, you had a question. Do you want to unmute yourself? No? Okay. I know sometimes we hit the hands without wanting to. Could you write down the points in the group? Yeah, I'll write them in the comments, like under the picture of our training in the group. Okay, guys, so it's almost 9:30. I'm gonna let you guys go. And thank you so much for hopping on, and feel free to message me if you have any questions or if something was blurry or is still blurry in your head. Thanks, guys. Love you all. Thanks, Jenny. You're so sweet.